Amazon arbitrage made simple. That's what this video is going to be about. And if you follow this channel, you know I don't really like making things difficult. I like making it simple. That's the way it should be as far as I'm concerned. So my mission is to make this very easy for you. And it really is. We're going to break it down into 5 steps that are going to get you started. So this video is going to be for anyone. Imagine you've heard all this great stuff about Amazon, but you haven't done it yet. And you may be asking yourself kind of like, okay, is this something that I want to do? How difficult it is, or how difficult is it? I should say, how involved is it? Is this something I want to get into in terms of the level of difficulty? And so if you're on the fence, I encourage you to get started. And the purpose of this video is to show you just how easy it is. And if you're already doing Amazon, this video is for you as well, because I expect you to hang around, listen to what I have to say, and then I want you to weigh in and actually contribute to the community, because that's what we do around here. We need you. So stick around. And I can tell you right now, it's not rocket science, guys. You can do this. And, like I said, we're going to break it down into 5 quick steps. It's going to be so exciting. So let's get going right now. This is what to sell on Amazon. I'm Horace. Let's go. Okay, hustlers, thank you for taking a moment of your time to spend with me. My name is Horace, also known as La Machine, and this is what to sell on Amazon. Here we talk everything Amazon as far as using the arbitrage business model, both retail and online. So if you're interested in that, consider becoming part of the Hustler family. Subscribe to the channel. Do it right now and hit the bell notification so you won't miss out. It's absolutely free, and you won't miss any of this content that we continue to create for your benefit on a weekly basis. So let's get going, guys. As you saw in the title, this is basically selling on Amazon, or Amazon arbitrage made simple. So this is talking about you selling products for a profit on the Amazon platform. And if you've probably heard so much how much it's growing, you see how much it's growing. Now is the best time to get on it. But a lot of times we won't do things if we think it's too difficult. So my mission here is to show you just how simple it is. And as I stated in the intro, we're going to break it down into 5 steps. So let's get into it. Those 5 steps are: number 1, where are you going to source? Okay. Number 2, how are you going to source? 3, what products are you going to sell? 4, how are you going to determine profit potential? And 5, how are you going to fulfill those orders? So let's get right into it. Number 1, where are you going to source? Okay. And you know what? I'm telling you real quick. Let me just tell you this before we get into this. I'm telling you how easy it is, and you don't have to take my word for it. We're going to take an excerpt. So stick around for the video. We're going to take an excerpt from one of my favorite panelists, because we have a private Zoom live call every week. And the lovely Miss Karen had something wonderful to share. So make sure you stick around to hear her very encouraging and insightful words. So number 1, where are you going to source? Now, here's what you got to understand. For those of you who do not know what arbitrage is, that is simply going to a store or online and buying a product. This is not, you're not buying wholesale. You're going into a store, or you're going to an online website and you're buying, and then you're turning around and you're selling it on Amazon. That's all arbitrage is. Taking product that you can buy from one market at one price, bringing it over to another market, selling it at a higher price. The difference is what you profit, and that is essentially what arbitrage is. So hey, anywhere you can buy is a potential sourcing place. Okay, you could be going to a flea market, you could be going to Facebook Marketplace, you could be going to garage sales, but in most cases, you're going to go to places that you would normally shop. Walmart, Target, Best Buy, Bed Bath & Beyond, Michael's. The list goes on. And of course, these have both retail stores, and most of them have online shopping as well. Places like Dollar General. You can go into a Dollar General. That would be considered retail arbitrage. You could go to dollargeneral.com and make your purchases. That would be considered online arbitrage. We shorten it in the business and just call it RA or OA in case you hear that thrown out there. Then you got some stores, for example, we talk a lot about Ollie's. Now, Ollie's, they don't have a website that you could shop from. So, at least make your purchases. So, it just depends. But any place that you can buy is a potential place to source. You see how easy that is? Again, guys, this is sticking to the theme. Amazon arbitrage made simple. Okay. Number 2, how are you going to source? That goes right back into what we just said. You're either going to do retail arbitrage or you're going to do online arbitrage. Okay. So essentially, we already touched on it. How are you going to source? You're either going to go out to the stores, the yard sales, the estate sales, the flea markets, the Facebook marketplaces, the Craigslist or whatever, or you're going to do online arbitrage where you shop online. You make the determination. If you follow this channel, I do both. I do a mixture of both retail and online arbitrage. I don't really get into the yard sales and stuff like that, but I should, because that's potential profits that can be made. Okay, another thing to consider when we talk about how are you going to source, are you going to use any tools? For example, let's say you're doing online arbitrage. That's where you're going online. Are you going to just go to a website and start looking at products? Maybe typically you would look at their clearances, their markdowns. You'll be using coupons, cashback, things like that. But are you going to just go through that website, start taking out products, plugging them in over at Amazon.com and seeing if you can make a profit? Or are you going to invest in a product, in a tool, sort of like tactical arbitrage? We talk about tactical arbitrage all the time, and we will touch on that a little bit later. But that falls under how are you going to source? Are you going to use tools? So, okay, how are you going to source? Made simple, okay? Number 3, what products are you going to sell? This is a big one with newbies. What am I going to sell? Let me make this simple for you. In the beginning, whatever it is that you can make a profit with, whatever it is that you will be allowed to sell. So how does that work? When you first get started in Amazon, you're not going to be able to sell everything. There are going to be some brands that you're not able to sell. We call that gating. So you will be gated in certain categories. You will be gated in certain brands. And you will figure that out because when you attempt to list a product, it's going to tell you can't do it. Let me give you an example. So let's say you've got your handy dandy phone, you're in the store, you're going to go to your Amazon seller app, and let's say you saw a product. The app allows you to scan that product, and right then and there, it's going to tell you whether or not you can sell it or not. So again, we're keeping this easy, hustlers. Simple. What products are you going to sell? In the beginning, you're going to sell whatever you're allowed to sell and whatever you can make a profit with. Okay. And we'll get to determining the profit potential in the next thing that we're going to talk about. But don't make this difficult. You walk into a store and you just start scanning. Okay. You'll figure it out. Put the time into it. Quit wanting everything to be perfect. And you're doing all this research that keeps you from doing anything, but you get the feel as though you're doing something. No, you're not. If you're not out there in that store, if you're not online looking for products, you're not doing anything. You're going to learn by actually doing. Okay. Yeah, you need to have an idea of what you're doing, but then you need to do it. That's where you really learn. You're going to sell whatever you can sell to make a profit. Okay. Whatever it is, eventually what's going to happen, you're going to find certain niches, you're going to find certain categories that you prefer. Hustlers who are experienced, I want you to weigh in and let us know how that happened for you. Are you like me? Did you end up selling things that you never thought you would be selling? That's what happened with me. Okay. So again, in the beginning, what products are you going to sell? Whatever it is. Now, just to give you an idea, just starting out, if you're brand new, books are going to be good for you. And we're actually in with your back to school going on right now. Books are going to be good, especially like textbooks, reference guides, and stuff like that. Cookbooks are always good. How-tos are always good. What else? You can sell in the kitchen and dining, that type of stuff, kitchen utensils, that kind of stuff. Clothing, there's a good bit of clothing you can sell. Now, you're not going to be able to sell gated brands like Nike, Adidas, Under Armour and stuff, but there are clothes that you can sell. Shoes, because when you pick a particular category, then you can niche down. You can say clothing, but then you can niche down into shoes. You can sell books, but you can niche down into cookbooks. You know, whatever it is, you'll figure it out eventually what you like, what you prefer, and what you don't like. So just get started. Number 4, how are you going to determine profit potential? Okay. You have to be able to know, are you going to make a profit? Because you're doing this to make money. Again, if you're using your seller app, when you scan a product, it's going to tell you not only are you able to sell the product, but you'll plug in your numbers and it'll tell you whether or not that is a profit or a loss. Okay. That's if you're using, say, if you're doing retail arbitrage, you'd be using either your Amazon seller app, or you might be using something called Scoutify that comes with Inventory Lab, which we're going to get into right now. Let me show you something. Let's say you had this product right here, which is a wireless controller, Space Jam, blah, 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 blah. And you wanted to see, you're doing online arbitrage. You wanted to see, can you make a profit with this? You could either type in, go to Google, and you could type in revenue calculator. And all you have to do is stick that ASIN in there. And there it is. You see it? Here, let me highlight my cursor so you can follow along. Of course, I don't see it. Okay. So, for example, you're looking at this product, and let's say we're going to filter this out by prime, by new. Let's say that's being sold for $69.99, and that's where you want to jump in at. So you got 2 columns here. You've got merchant fulfilled, and you've got Amazon FBA, which means fulfillment by Amazon, which means you're going to send your inventory into the warehouse. We'll get into that in just a second. But let's just say $69.99. And let's say, we're going to say for the purpose of this, it's going to cost you $1. 9 times out of 10, it won't once you get your inventory, your shipments up. But let's say you were going to be able to get this item for $19.99. And then you would calculate. And right here, you can see you're going to make a profit. Now, on the other hand, let's say it was going to cost you, I don't know, say it was going to cost you $49.99. Then you can see you're not making as much there. And of course, if it's going to cost you, say, $55 or whatever, then you would see you're losing $3.32. This is how you make your determination. Another way you can do it is if you use a software that I use called Inventory Lab. Right here, it says, I want to go scouting. I would click that. And I would stick that ASIN in there. And this is just another tool that you could use. Say you're going to sell it for $69.99 and you were going to be able to get that for $19.99. Then it's going to tell you, but of course this software goes into, what storage is going to cost you. At what point do you break even if the product ends up sitting in Amazon's warehouse, whatever the case. Now, remember, you're looking at FBA, but you could also look at merchant fulfilled, and we'll get into that. But you need to be able to make a determination on whether or not you can make a profit based on how you're going to get that product to the customer. Again, guys, we're just making it simple for you. This does not have to be hard. And then that brings us to our final thing that you need to do. Once you know how to determine whether or not you're going to make a profit, the final step pretty much is, how are you going to fulfill the orders? And we touched on that. It's either going to be merchant fulfilled, where you pack the product up, you ship it out, or it's going to be fulfillment by Amazon, where you ship all of your inventory into the Amazon's warehouse and you let them do the fulfillment for you. You will figure out which one makes more sense to you. And if you watch one of our recent videos, the lovely Miss Karen talked about that. There are different reasons and different situations where one method may be better or more beneficial to you than the other. That is something you will figure out. Okay. But there's only two ways you're going to do this. Either you're going to ship it to the customer or you're going to let Amazon do it. It's pretty simple, guys. Where are you going to source? How are you going to source the products? What products are you going to sell? How are you going to determine profit potential? And how are you going to fulfill the orders? That's pretty much it, guys. Now, there's a lot of other things to unpack, but on the surface, this is pretty much it. It's not rocket science. Again, Jim is going to take us to an excerpt from one of our meetings, and nobody in our group is a neurosurgeon. No one is a rocket scientist. Okay. This is not hard to do. Okay. So Jim, take us to that excerpt for those that were patient enough to hang up to this point. And yeah, let's enjoy what the lovely Miss Karen has to say.
That's time for ARBITRAGE.
It sounds like you really do need it, Mikey.
Yes, I do.
But here's the thing that all of us have to remember. We share information and we try to help each other, and Horace gives us a boatload of information. But at the end of the day, each of us has our own business and our own business model. And so it really does take a while to kind of get comfortable with how you want to do your thing. You don't really know at the beginning. At the beginning, you just want some ASINs that will sell and make some kind of profit. That's like the first thing. And that's a good thing. You got to get started. But as time goes on, you begin to understand what kind of products you like to sell, what kind of products you don't like to sell. Are you looking for things that just turn fast, or are you more of the slow, sort of just feed the beast, keep sending shipments in, and eventually it'll sell? It takes time to figure that out. So allow ourselves the grace to let that happen. And some people figure their business model out sooner than others. Like Mikey is on, I want to be on what Mikey's on, but I'm not.
And I've only been selling for 4 months. So
right.
I just haven't been selling.
But you can just tell about Mikey. That's like his personality. He's like a go. Right? Mikey's like puffing the cigarettes and he's going. That's Mikey. Okay. Karen is cool breeze all day. I'm telling you. Right. So that's just not gonna. But we're all someplace else, and it's okay.
Okay, guys, and there you have it. And the thing of it is this. I hope you understand. I hope you got the fact that the concept of arbitrage, there's nothing hard about it. There's nothing difficult about it, but you've got to do the work. Okay. There's nothing difficult about understanding how to use a shovel. If I tell you, stick that shovel in that dirt, put so much dirt on the spade and toss it over there. That's not difficult. That's not hard for you to understand. But now you got to do it. Now you got to do the work, and you got to keep on doing the work. That's where we lose people all the time. It's great to have your dreams and the good feelings that you get when you think about doing this business. It's not so great when you have to keep doing this year after year. Now, I've been out here since 2017. There's only a handful. We got over 3,000 subscribers. There's only a handful that are still with me today doing this. Which one are you? Which one are you? Because I'm going to tell you something. It's been said. I give away so much. And it's been said, oh, people don't appreciate what they don't pay for because they haven't made an investment. Is that true? You're going to help me prove that. You're going to help me prove that. Okay? Because the answer could be different depending on the person. Okay? If you watch all of these videos, I don't know how many we got, Jim. Put the number on the screen. How many videos do we have so far? If you're not doing anything with it, then I guess they're right. But if you're going to take this information and you're going to put it to use, then they're wrong. They're wrong. There are some people that will take free information and appreciate it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay. So, number one, if you're going to get deeper into all of this that we're talking about, we've got videos that really get deep into it. Okay. We got 2 videos that show the 7 steps to determining whether or not you can make a profit with a product. Okay. Jim put them right on the screen. Then we touched on tactical arbitrage. Let me show you something. Okay, look it. And I know somebody's going to kill me because I got 100 screens, 100 windows open. Sorry about that, guys. But all roads lead to tactical arbitrage around here. This is the software that I use, okay, to do what I do. And I'll show you in a second. Actually, you know what? I'll show you right now the kind of numbers that I do. Okay, so here you can see today is July the 14th. The year is 2021. And today, I haven't done anything crazy, right? Two units sold. 7 days, 99 units, 2,200, whatever. 15 days, 225 units, 5,200 some odd dollars. 30 days, 441 units sold, $10,772.01. I get to keep about 15 to 20% after you take away everything. So you can do the math. No, it's not a whole lot of money. Yes, I do work a regular job as a truck driver. I got videos on this channel in the truck, putting out videos for your benefit, giving free leads for your benefit. This is something I've always done. And I'm not here to pump a bunch of smoke about all the money you can make. This is work, guys. This is work, but you can do it. But all that to be said, tactical arbitrage. This is the software that I use to find the products that I sell. Okay. All it does is it searches all of these websites for you, and you get to tell the software what you're looking for, how much you want to pay, how much you want to make, return on investment, profit margins, all types of things. And here's the thing, guys. There's a lot to unpack with this software. We actually want you to know how to use it. So right here on this channel, we have quick 10-minute courses. We call them the lightning courses. You got part 1, You got part 1.1, you got part 2. You take those, you'll know how to use this software. That way, when you see where it says get started for free, they offer a free trial, but it's only 7 days, I think it is. You can get 10 days if you use our link down in the description. But before you do that, we want you to take the lightning courses. That way you know exactly how to use the software. You don't want to have time ticking while you're fumbling around trying to figure out how to use the software. We got you covered. And if that ain't good enough, you know what you can do? You see this phone? You can connect with me. If you're interested in being connected with someone that's just a little bit further ahead than you, you know what you can do? Text the words working class hustler to the number on your screen. Okay? Go through the quick little process to get added into my contacts. And from there, you can text me, ask me those quick questions. If there's any hustlers out there that have done that and I helped you, please leave a comment and let the people know this is real. This is what I do. You got people that spend thousands of dollars on coaching courses and everything else, and they can never pick up the phone and actually contact the person that sold them that course. That's not how I do things. That's just me. So if you're interested, trust me, you ain't bothering me. We're lucky if only 1% actually take me up on the offer. I got time for you, whatever your questions are. Okay. It may take me while I'm at work. How many hustlers tell them I will get back to you while I'm at work, driving down the road? Okay. So there's no excuse. If you want to get started, there is no excuse. There's this channel. There's all sorts of other channels, but you got to do the work. Okay. So I will see you guys in the next video. And thanks once again.